We begin today with a developing conflict that could be edging India and Pakistan through the brink of an all out war. Early Wednesday morning, the two nations traded fire. India, the most populous nation in the world, launched military strikes on the neighboring nation of Pakistan's Punjab province and Pakistan administered Kashmir. India says they were targeting a terrorist infrastructure in response to an April terrorist attack on a group of mostly Indian tourists, killing 26 civilians. Officials in India have long accused Pakistan of backing armed groups and separatist forces inside the Indian administered portion of Kashmir. Pakistan says that was true in the past, not now. The latest attack occurred in the district region of Kashmir located in northwest parts of Indian subcontinent bordering Pakistan. The conflict of Kashmir goes back decades to the time both countries gained independence from Britain in 1947. After fighting 3 wars over territory, a ceasefire line known as the Line of Control was established to divide the region, with India and Pakistan controlling separate sides. With this decades-long conflict showing no signs of resolution, there's no shortage of grievances and accusations being leveled on both sides of the border. Our Nick Robertson shows us a bit more about why this disputed territory have been a flashpoint in India-Pakistan relations for so long. High in the Himalayas, Pakistan's army is taking up deep into disputed Kashmir toward the Line of Control, the de facto border with India and one of the most militarized conflicts in the world. Tensions between the two nuclear neighbors rising since a terror attack killed 26 civilians, mostly Indian, almost 2 weeks ago. Militarians on both sides readying for possible escalation as India blamed Pakistan and Pakistan denied responsibility. It is a war of words. Civilians on both sides of these rugged mountains fear not for the first time that they will be victims of events way beyond their sway. Control of the towering peaks unresolved for 75 years. Just driving through the mountains here, it's easy to understand why Kashmir is still a disputed area. So hard to fight a decisive war in this rugged terrain. The other thing you see here is poverty, meager villages clinging to the hillside. People here says the spiking tensions are making it harder to eke a living, as we're about to find out on foot now. The village we're heading to is a few hundred feet from the Line of Control. As you look over there, you can see how close the front lines are. That's the last Pakistani position there. The Indian army positioned a few hundred meters away, and those series, that's the Line of Control. When we arrived, most villagers clustered around one house, some hiding in the dark inside, children peeking from unglazed windows. This villager is telling us they live in fear. Now elderly children and women are incredibly scared, he says. We want to take our livestock out to pasture, but the Indians are right there in front of us, and we're very concerned. With no end in sight of both sides of the border, civilians as ever are the losers of the decades-old conflict. 10-second trivia. Pathologists have found out the most dinosaur fossils in which continent? Antarctica, North America, Africa, or Asia? If you said North America, you are correct. While dinosaur fossils have been found on every continent, including Antarctica, most dinosaur fossils have been found in deserts and the dry, rugged terrain of the Badlands in North America. Now to a new study aiming to unravel the mystery of how the Tyrannosaurus rex came to dominate the North America. Researchers at University College London say the direct ancestor of Tyrannosaurus Rex, the Tyrannosaurus, came to North America by crossing a land bridge that connected it with Asia 70 million years ago. These mathematical models that relied on data from fossil records, the T-Rex family tree, and climate conditions to track its evolution over time. They found that the king of deserts have closer family ties to the large carnivore Tarbosaurus in Asia to two top predators in North America, and that the T-Rex was able to develop to massive sizes during a period of time where global temperatures fell up to 9 tons. This is about as heavy as an African elephant. Now to some news to excite Disney fans around the world. The company announced its newest park. This one is set to open at Abu Dhabi in the new United Arab Emirates. It'll be the first Disney park and resort in the Middle East and promises a technologically advanced and future-oriented experience. Arnasha Chen has more on what Disney is planning for its now 17th park location. Hi Natasha. Hi Koi. Walt Disney has announced that their 7th global theme park destination is going to be in Abu Dhabi, the United Arab Emirates. This is a big deal because Disney has not announced a new theme park in 15 years. The last time they told us they were building a new theme park was in Shanghai Disneyland. So this is a first in a generation. And what they plan to do is make this more technologically advanced park that ever built. This means it's going to be a little bit different. The artist rendering that they would show us so far shows a castle in the middle of the park, like they have in all their other parks. But this castle looks a little different. It got this crystal spiral structure going on. And they're saying that this is the first theme park they have that will actually have an accessible waterfront that they'll let guests access. And they're also going to play with some immersive gaming. They say, for example, what you see on Fortnite and experience, they could translate into what you might do in this vice versa. So there's a lot of technological challenge here, as well as some challenge with how they're going to build a park with all these rides and attractions in a sort of desert area where they could really be in extreme temperatures in the summer. These are some other theme parks and water parks there already, some of which is largely indoors, fully air conditioned, so people can enjoy themselves. Now, why did Disney choose Abu Dhabi? They already have theme parks in United States, California, in Florida, in Paris, in Shanghai, Hong Kong, and Tokyo. And they're now talking about the Middle East because they really want to get an audience in India. A lot of people in India who could take a shorter flight to Abu Dhabi than they could too. For example, the Shanghai or Hong Kong Disney parks. So there are a lot to look forward to here. But it takes a long time to build a theme park, 5 to 10 years. So this may not open until the early 2030s. Koi. Now to a major culture event in Hong Kong where tens of thousands of people are turning to taste but tantalizing treats at the annual Bun Festival. The Cheung Chau Island in Hong Kong, it's a party and dim sum. They've been celebrating this classic Asian snack for hundreds of years, with folks flocking to the festival's parade, indulging the steamy, pillowy pastries and watching climbers compete in gravity-defying bun scrambling competition. Got to loaf it. At the stroke of midnight, climbers race to the top of the tower covered in plastic buns. The most high-valued buns are all the way at the top. Whoever collects the most points at 3 minutes time is crowned champion. How do you think you would do? This historical festival dates all the way back at least 18th century, with residents of the island believed offering buns to spiral deities would end the outbreak of a plague and ward off evil spirits. The more you know. Thank you for watching!